The slip stitch is used to connect two stitches almost seamlessly. It's used when you are going to be working in the round and you need to have your stitches in a circle like this so you can keep going around and around and around to create a hat or the bottom of a bag or something like that. It can also be used as a decorative edge stitch, or it can be used as a stitch to create fabric, but it is a very, very flat stitch and it can become quite tight when you're just using it to create fabric. So to work the slip stitch, you simply insert your hook into the stitch you're working, yarn over and draw your loop through both the stitch and through the loop that's already on the hook. So it's creating a very nice flat stitch. Again, you simply insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and draw that loop through both the loop from the stitch and the loop that's already on your hook. Now we've connected this into a circle, and if we were going to work a hat, we could go around and around this circle to create a nice flat round circle. You can also use, as I mentioned, the slip stitch as a decorative edge. So I'm just going to do a couple rows of single crochet to show you how to work the slip stitch on the edge of a fabric. Okay, so now we have a couple of rows of single crochet. With all other crochet stitches, you need to do a turning chain before you turn your fabric and work the other side. With slip stitch, because it's so flat, you don't need a turning chain. So you simply turn your work over and begin working directly into that row without a turning chain. So I'm going to insert my hook underneath the first stitch, draw my working yarn through that stitch and through the loop that's on the hook. Into the stitch, draw through the stitch, and then also through the loop on the hook. Now, as I said, this stitch can get very tight because there's not a lot of space between it and the stitch below. So I just worked the last stitch of this row. If I was just going to turn and work back the other direction, it's really hard to get my hook underneath that stitch in order to work it. So if you're already a tight crocheter or you're a beginner who tends to work a little more tightly, this stitch can be quite frustrating to use if you're just going in back and forth rows with it. But you can see here that really nice flat stitch. It definitely has a look that's different than the other crochet stitches. There you have the slip stitch.